Hello, and welcome back to another video. Before I get started, I want to preface this with some backstory, some Mooney lore, if you will. So I've never actually played Stardew Valley modded before. Very recently, I installed the UI Info Suite mod that displays the experience bar, traveling cart reminders, birthdays, etc. But beyond that, I have never modded Stardew Valley before. Now I've gone down the rabbit hole of modding Skyrim, just as an example, and I flooded my game so bad that it ended up being unplayable. And honestly, unrecognizable. I also mod The Sims 4 so hard that I have to adjust something almost every time I launch the game. All of the hassle that comes with modding a game is why I haven't played Stardew modded before. And I also just really like the vanilla game a lot. For a long time, I said I would never play a modded version of Stardew Valley, until very recently, when I happened to stumble upon Stardew Valley Expanded. Yeah, it got me, like it does everyone. Look forward to those videos soon, but back to the point of this video, I was really worried about installing mods and potentially messing up my vanilla save files. Ideally, I wanted my vanilla saves separate from my modded save files. And any modder knows you can just move your mods folder out of the game directory to temporarily disable mods before launching a game. However, that would mean I would have to move my mods folder out of my Stardew Valley folder every time I wanted to launch the game without mods. I knew there had to be something to make it even easier than that, and after a lot of research, I learned there are two ways to achieve having multiple mod sets for different save files. Both of these methods require Smapi, and I will include a very quick walkthrough on how to install Smapi on Windows first. If you already have Smapi installed, great. I'll have chapters listed in the description if you'd like to skip that part. But if you're interested in having more mod sets available to you so you can play vanilla or modded versions of Stardew Valley, then I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Let's get into it. Before tampering with your precious Stardew Valley files, you most likely want to back up Stardew first. The easiest way to do this is by opening Steam and navigating to your game library. Right-click on Stardew, Properties, Installed Files, and click Backup Game Files. Click Browse and choose where you want to save this backup and let it run. I just threw mine onto the desktop. Keep in mind this won't back up your saves, only the files of your game. To be sure your saves are safe, make sure Steam Cloud Sync is turned on, or copy your entire save folder to your desktop as a backup. Your saves folder is hidden, but you can find it by pressing the Windows key with R and typing what you see on the screen, and hit enter to open the folder, as long as you haven't moved it, of course. With everything backed up, now we can move on to installing Smapi. I highly recommend installing Smapi regardless, even if you don't intend on modding Stardew Valley, because Smapi will create save backups simply by installing it on your computer, and one can never have too many backups. Now I know there are so many mod installation videos out there, but I'm going to quickly walk you through how to install Smapi since it's required for both mod sets options later in the video. Additionally, Smapi is needed to download just about every mod on Nexus Mod Manager, so it's a good place to start if you're new to modding. You can also look at the Smapi subreddit or wiki page for any resources you need. The download link is in the description box below, and Nexus Mods requires an account before downloading. Once your account is created and you're signed in, pull up the Smapi page. Next, click the orange button at the top of the page that says Manual, then click Slow Download. Paying for premium supports the creators of the site, but otherwise, it doesn't do much, especially when these files are so small. Open whatever you've designated your download folder to be and find Smapi, and now you have to extract the zip file. You can use Windows zip extraction if you've updated to Windows 11, but I'm using WinRAR to extract the zip file because I'm a millennial. I don't fucking know. The extracted folder will contain the Smapi installation application. Just double click the application file and the Smapi installer will open. The prompts are pretty simple. Press 1 if you didn't install Stardew in a separate place from what Steam recommended, or press 2 if you did. You'll have to figure out where you installed Stardew and paste that directory here and hit 2, but I'm going to hit 1 because I didn't move my files. Now hit enter. Hit 1 and enter to install Smapi, and once it's done, the launcher will spit out a path that I recommend you copy and paste into your Stardew launch path in Steam. You can find this by navigating to Stardew in your library, click the cog, Properties, under Launch Options, and paste it there. This will enable Steam achievements. FYI, in some cases, modded games won't unlock achievements on Steam. This ignores that rule. And in case anyone gets confused, you can't right-click copy in the launcher. You'll have to hit Ctrl-C to copy the text and paste into the launcher dialog box. After Smapi has been installed, close this installation prompt and run Stardew as you normally would, then close the game. You want to make sure Smapi installed correctly. If there's any red dialog in the Smapi launcher, you've done something wrong. The first method to creating a mod set is actually just using Smapi to create an additional launch path to a separate mod folder. If you don't want to download a mod manager for for whatever reason, this option is for you. Regardless, Smapi is still required. If you want to use a mod manager, something that's far easier than what I'm about to show you, use the chapters in the video to skip to the Stardrop Mod Manager later in the video. Be warned, this is the most complicated option of the two, but since Smapi allows for different mod sets, I figured I'd include it in the video. It's not too bad once you get the hang of it. With Smapi downloaded and installed correctly, you'll want to find your new mods folder for Stardew. Open Steam, open the Stardew page, click the cog icon, then browse local files. The mod folder is, you guessed it, it's your mod folder. Make a new folder right next to mods called something else. I named mine Expanded Mods. The name doesn't matter, but call it something reasonable so you know what it is. This will be your separate mod set folder. Find the Smapi Launcher EXE, right click, and create a shortcut. Find the shortcut you just created, name it something reasonable, probably similar to the directory you just created. I typed Expanded Mods onto the end. Right click the shortcut and open properties. Find the shortcut path box. I've included a screenshot of Smapi's wiki page that includes what's required to add in the launch path here. So at the end of the path, after the closing quote, add a space and then paste this highlighted section in the box. The Smapi wiki page also includes an example of what this will look like. Fill the quoted area with the name of the new directory you made earlier, similar to what I've done here. And don't delete any of the existing text in that field. This should be added to the end of what's already there. Close the tab and you're done. You basically linked the mod folder you created earlier to the specific launch file. You can put the shortcut launcher on your taskbar to easily launch Stardew with a specific folder of mods, or even add it to Steam as a second Stardew Valley game in your library. But if you did it right, Smapi will say 0 mods loaded since the folder is sitting empty. Just move whatever mods you want to use in that folder. That was pretty crazy, right? Yeah, I know. The second method is much easier and it's called the Stardrop Mod Organizer. The Stardrop Mod Organizer is by far the easiest in my opinion of these two options, and it does everything I want it to do and more. I just started modding and I already can't live without it because it allows me to easily create mod sets with just a click of a button. I've included the download link from Nexus Mods in the description below. On Nexus Mods, there's a full tutorial on how to set it up in its description. You'll download, extract, and then run the application. It's a little overwhelming when you first open it, and if you haven't installed any mods yet, this will be completely empty. What it allows you to do is easily enable and disable mods that you have installed in your game. This makes managing mod sets for your different save files so much easier. No more dragging unwanted mods out of your mods folder before running the game. At the top, you can set profiles that have specific mods enabled or disabled, allowing you to have full control over your save files. For example, I have a profile for my vanilla save files that only have the UI info suite enabled, and I have a separate profile for my new expanded save file. I just scroll down and enable disable whatever mods I want to use or not use, save the profile, and hit the play button. I also recommend creating a shortcut to the Stardrop Mod Manager on your taskbar or your desktop so that it's easier to launch this at any time rather than using Steam's play button going forward. And that's it. I'm looking forward to sharing my Stardew expanded journey with you soon. Happy modding, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody.